yeah, so this lady, this was a couple of years ago now. Most of my stories are old. I don't really have any of these issues like in my present day. Lady, she reached out to me and she said that it was her daughter's birthday and she wanted to make an appointment for her daughter. And I explained to her, like, you know, I don't work on Mondays. And she was like, I totally understand, like, but can you please make an exception? It's her birthday and you're the only person she wants to do her hair. We've been following you for a long time, whatever. So I was like, okay, you know, like, I said, well, what service, like, were you looking for her? She was like, she just wants a quick weave. I forgot how old she was turning, but it was some kind of grown age. And I was just like, oh, okay, like, so I'm thinking in my head, like, hell yeah, like, I'll do it. It's only gonna take like an hour and a half. I'm gonna make me like a quick couple of dollars or whatever for an hour and a half. Like, all right, cool. So we talk about it and she's like, okay, well, you know, this is very last minute, so is there a beauty supply store somewhere near you that I can go to grab her hair? And I said, yeah. I said, you know, most beauty supply stores don't open till at this particular time they was still opening at like 10 o'clock. So I said, well, what you can do is, I said, you can drop her off, that way I can get her washed, get her blow dried, braided down, and get her her mold, so that when you bring the hair, all I gotta do is glue the hair on. So she's like, okay, cool. So mind you, so she brings the girl on time, but mind you, she brings the girl on time and she's supposed to be going to get the hair. And where I was living at the time, there was like 4 or 5 beauty supply stores in this particular like area, in this neighborhood. And so all of them opened at the same time, and I gave her every single one. And I was just like, you know, if one is not open for whatever reason, you can go to this one, and this one. So I want to say like an hour kind of goes by. So I got her ready. I text the mom and I'm like, hey, you know, are you in the area, because I finished her mold and everything and I'm ready to start gluing her tracks on. And she replies back and she goes, oh no, I forgot how far away that she said she was. And so I shot her a text and was like, hey, you know, like, not to, you know, be rude or anything, but like, this is not how I do things. Like, I understand we've done this stuff last minute, and you know, there's going to be a little bit of like a delay and what have you. I was like, but you know, it's been like an hour and a half. The beauty supply store is down the street. Like, did you get lost? What happened? And so she texted me. She was like, no, I actually had something to do before I went and got her hair. And I just was like, you know, okay, I understand that. But, you know, when I say, like, for me personally, I move quickly. So when I say I'm going to be done by this, and this time, that's the time that I'm going to be done. So now I'm sitting here just waiting on you to bring her hair, and she's done. And so on top of that, I kind of forgot to mention that when this young lady came into the appointment, her hygiene wasn't the best. And I figured, honestly, that maybe she was different. I'm going to say it like that. I don't like to call people special, but I'm just going to say she was different. So I'm assuming that because, like, most of my clients, by the time they hit about 11, 12, their moms just drop them off. They don't, like, have to do all the extras or whatever. Most of my clients, after they hit about 17, 18, book their own appointments. So for this young lady to be older, I just figured, like, okay, maybe something's not right. And this was her birthday. So it's like, you know, I want to say it took me till this year, literally. It took me till 32 to be able to tell someone without worrying about offending them that maybe their hygiene was off or their breath stink or whatever. Because I would want somebody to tell me, if I'm funky, please say something. Because I pride myself in smelling good. You know, so I'm already kind of annoyed because I'm just like, okay, like, forgive me, y'all. But I was like, damn, I got to smell her for, like, till her mama get here. It was so bad, you guys, that, like, I was sanitizing stuff, like, as she was getting up and moving around. Not to where she knew, but it was just kind of like, okay. So, the mom picks up the phone and calls me. No, I lied. I take that back. The mom shows up with the hair. So, the young lady goes outside and she gets the hair. And, that's what it was. Okay, so let me backtrack. So when I texted the mom, she told me that she was on her way. So then she brings the hair or whatever, and that's when I called or texted her and was like, hey, you know, this is not how I do things. Like, you know, we're far behind now, whatever. Do you know that lady called me and was like, okay, well, while you're doing all this talking, you could have been working on her hair. Okay. I said, you know what, ma'am, she's done. And she was like, what? I said, she's done. She's done. I said, we had a whole understanding and agreement here, and you took it upon yourself to go elsewhere and then go get her hair. So my time clearly doesn't matter. So since my time does not matter and you feel as though you can talk to me crazy, I'm done. She's finished. I said, she's actually done. You don't got to pay me for the mold down. You ain't got to pay me for nothing. Just go ahead and find somebody that can glue her tracks on. I've already set the foundation. And I handed her daughter the phone back. And no, I lied. I didn't have her phone yet. I actually had my phone. I hung up the phone and I blocked the lady. And I told her daughter, I said, look, it's nothing against you. You didn't do anything wrong. But I said, you're grown. You're like in your 20s, and your mom is already talking for you. Like, this gonna cause you some problems later on. And she was like, yeah, she does that to me a lot. And I was like, well, I'm sorry. But at some point, you're gonna have to be like, Mom, this is not cool. You messing up opportunities for me, pretty much. And so the mom, I guess she realizes, like, oh, this look is not playing with me, because she has her daughter she calls her daughter's phone and tries to put me on the phone. And I was like, no, tell your mom, like, I do not want to speak. I have the right to refuse service, and I'm refusing service. I do apologize. I know that this is your birthday, but none of this is how I do things, and I made an exception, and now your mom is talking to me crazy, pretty much. So the girl, she looked at me, and I really felt bad, and she was just like, can you please, like, just finish my hair? Like, I really apologize for my mom. Like, I didn't think she was going to act like this, but I really have been wanting you to do my hair for a long time, whatever. So I was like, you know what, like, fuck you. So I put my pride to the side. I finished the girl's hair. She was uber happy. She was uber excited. And then her mom ended up paying and tipping me. But y'all know I hit that block button fast. And I told the young lady, like, here's my number. If you want to come back, you're welcome to come back. But I will not do business with your mother anymore. And it's like, I say all of this to say, like, I've spoken about this before, and I speak about it a lot. But stylists, I let it go above and beyond for my clients, but we got to stop going against the grain, because a lot of the time, the clients that we're going against the grain for, especially the ones that we've never met, are the rudest and the most inconsiderate and ungrateful ones. I hate to say that, but that's really what it is. It's like, when you go above and beyond for your regulars, they appreciate it, right? They're not going to do all this wild shit. If a regular hits me up and goes, hey, I really need a ponytail, I got a job interview, whatever, and you hit them, they hit you with the last minute, like, they're there, they're on time. Some of my clients, even though I wash and I don't like them to wash their own hair, they'll come wash. They'll be like, girl, I have to make it quicker, whatever. And they tip for you taking them last minute. Like, but you get these new people and they act like this is what you're supposed to do. Like, and it's not all of them. Like I always tell y'all, like, for me, like, in this particular space that I'm in, I have amazing clients. I have an amazing group of clients. Even the new ones that come in, they come in and you would think that, like, we've been homegirls for the longest. So I just wanted to, like, tell a little story time. But I made a video. I don't know if it's on here. I want to say it's on my Instagram, but it was called Nobody Told You to Do That. And pretty much what it spoke on was, like, when we do things for people, especially like in the service industry, anything that we do outside of what we were paid for is extra, right? And I'm not saying necessarily charge extra, because for me, I like to do little extra things. Like, I like to, add little accessories, or like I said, like, sometimes you could just add a curl to the end of somebody's braid and they're excited, right? But make sure that when you're doing these things for your own gratification and not for their recognition. Because sometimes, we will get our feelings hurt expecting things from clients and expecting them to appreciate us. And sometimes they look at us, sometimes don't even realize that it's extra. Sometimes they just look at us like this is what we're supposed to be doing. And when that happens, we hurt our own feelings. So that was my TED Talk. I'll see y'all later.